Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station, and we're going to bring you the 1950 one and done tournament championship. And battling for the championship this afternoon, the Boston Braves, who had an actual record of 83-71, which was good for fourth place in the National League, will take on the Detroit Tigers, who had an actual record of 95-59, which was good for second place in the American League behind the Yankees. This has been just a fun tournament, this 1951 and done. A lot of surprises, upsets, pitching, hitting, just one of the best one and done tournaments. It's the third one I've done. They've all been good, but this has been the best with surprises and action and drama. And once again, we will have the Boston Braves taking on the Detroit Tigers from Briggs Stadium. And that's going to come up next. Let's tell you how these teams got here. The Boston Braves advanced to the championship with a round one victory, 3-2 over the Washington Senators. They would then destroy the Pittsburgh Pirates in round two, 15-6, and were victorious in the semifinals, 6-2 over the Cinderella team, St. Louis Browns, whose Cinderella run finally came to an end. And I shall be back in a moment. And we are back from phone delay as everyone left the chat. That's awesome. Alright, how the Braves got here. Round 1, 3-2 over the Senators. 15-6 over the Pirates in round 2, and a semi-final victory over the Browns 6-2. As I already stated, the Browns were the Cinderella team, and the clock struck 12 on them. Detroit were victorious in round 1, 6-3 over the Chicago Cubs. Then once again 6-3 in round 2 over the New York Giants, so they defeated 2 National League teams. And then they went for the trifecta with National League teams, and they beat the St. Louis Cardinals 5-4. So it could have been an all St. Louis championship, but both St. Louis teams, the Browns and the Cardinals, faltered in the semifinals. So it brings us to Briggs Stadium, Detroit, Tigers, Braves for the one-and-done championship. Boston's lineup: batting first, playing second base, Hartsfield. Batting second, the switch-hitting center fielder, Jethro. Batting third, the third baseman, Elliott. Fourth, left fielder, Gordon. Fifth, first baseman, Torgensen. Sixth, doing the catching, Cooper. Seventh, the right fielder, Holmes. Eighth, the shortstop, Kerr. Batting ninth, on the mound, doing the pitching, Surkant. For the Detroit Tigers, batting first, the shortstop, Lippin. Batting second, the third baseman, Kell. Batting third, the right fielder, Wirtz. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Evers. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Groff. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Pretty. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Callaway. Batting eighth, doing the catching, Robinson. On the hill, batting ninth, the pitcher, Trout. Dizzy Trout had a record in 1950 of 13-5 with 4 saves, earned run average 3.85, and the task is in his hand to win this one-and-done championship game. Behind the plate, Aaron Robinson, below-average defensive catcher with a below-average arm. Kell, 7 out of 10 range at third. Lippin, 6 out of 10 range at short. Pretty, 8 out of 10 range at second. Callaway, 6 out of 10 range at first. So it's a solid defensive infield. In the outfield, Evers in left, 7 out of 10 range, 6 out of 10 arm. Groff in center, 5 out of 10 range, 5 out of 10 arm. And Vic Wirtz is in right, 5 out of 10 range, 5 out of 10 arm. Stepping to the plate for the Boston Braves, who I shall manage, as I manage all Boston teams in any tournament or game situation. And if not, I manage the higher seed, which the Braves are both a Boston team and the higher seed. They were the 4 seed out of bracket 1. They won the bracket 1 championship. The Tigers were the 2 seed out of bracket 2. The computer will be managing the 1950 Detroit Tigers. So here comes Hartsfield. In this one-and-done tournament, he is batting .357. No homers, 4 RBIs. In actuality, .277, 7 home runs, 24 runs batted in. Righty-righty matchup. Trout gets the sign from Robinson. Here's the pitch to Hartsfield, and we are on our way here at Briggs Stadium for the one-and-done 1950 championship game. Here's the pitch to Hartsfield. Ground ball to Kell. He throws to Callaway. 1 away. Scoring at home, 5-3. Stepping to the plate now, center fielder for the Boston Braves, Sam Jethro. Excellent bunter, 8 out of 10. He struggled in the 3 games of the one-and-done so far. Only 166 with 1 RBI. Corners have moved in for the Tigers. Kell in at third, Callaway in at first. Jethro actually batted .273 with 18 home runs and 58 runs driven in 1950. Wants to break out in a big way here. Robinson behind the plate. Goes through the signs. Trout nods his head. Here's the pitch to Jethro. And he strikes him out. Caught him guessing. Inside corner. Off speed pitch. Froze him. 2 up, 2 down. And here comes Bob Elliott for the Braves. Looking to extend the inning. Elliott's been stellar in these first 3 games. .545 batting average, 4 RBIs. He's had 2 doubles. And he's also scored 4 runs. In actuality, Bob Elliott hit .305, 24 home runs, 108 runs driven in. Trout and the Tigers looking for a 1-2-3 inning here. The windup and the pitch to Elliott. Ground ball to Kell. Across the diamond to Callaway. Inning over. 1-2-3 go the Braves in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. 2 up for the Detroit Tigers. Lipton, Kell, and Wirtz. If anyone gets on, the cleanup hitter Evers. On the mound with the task of trying to bring this one-and-done championship home to Boston and the Braves fans is Max Serkant. 5 wins, 2 losses, 3.23 earned run average. He threw 55 innings. Struck out 21, walked 20, so he does have control problems. Behind the plate, Walker Cooper, 6 out of 10 catching ability, 6 out of 10 arm. Elliott's at third. He has average range. Kerr above average at short. Hartsfield's average at second. And same with Torgensen at first. In left field, Gordon, 6 out of 10 range, 5 arm. Jethro, 7 out of 10 range, 6 arm. And Holmes in right, 5 out of 10 range, 6 arm. Stepping to the plate for the Tigers in the bottom of the first, Johnny Lippin. Lippin, 272 in the tournament. No home runs, no RBIs. In actuality, 293. 2 home runs, 63 runs batted in. Serkant gets the sign from Cooper. He delivers the pitch to Lippin. Ground ball into right field. Base hit. Leadoff runner on. 6 out of 10 running ability. And now we have doorbell delay. And we are back from doorbell delay. So 1 on, no outs. George Kell at the plate. Excellent bat control. 8 out of 10 bunter, 10 out of 10 hit and run. Kell batting .333 in the tournament with 2 RBIs. In actuality, in 1950, .340, 8 homers, 101 runs batted in. Braves look to turn 2 up the middle with Kerr at short and Hartsfield at second. Torgensen holding, Lippin on at first. Serkant looks to first, now in at the plate. Here's the pitch to Kell. There goes Lippin, the throw down by Cooper, and Lippin is safe. Stolen base. He's in scoring position now. The count's 1 ball, no strikes on Kell. Cooper sets the target. Here's the pitch to Kell. He bunts. The play's to first. Hartsfield covers on the wheel play, and Lippin moves on to third. He's 90 feet away from giving the Tigers a 1-0 lead here in this one-and-done championship game. And at the plate, power-hitting right fielder Vic Wertz. Wertz batting .307 in the tournament. 1 home run, 5 RBIs. In 1950, .308, 27 home runs, 123 runs driven in, and he wants one more right now. Righty-lefty matchup. Wertz batted .336 off right-handed pitching in 1950. On deck is Evers. Serkant toes the rubber, looks in at Cooper. Gonna go with a pitch around, see if they can get Wertz to reach. Here's the pitch to Wertz. Ground ball, and he sends it up the middle, through the infield. Jethro bobbles it. 1-0 Detroit, RBI single. He advances to second on the Jethro error. In center, so Vic Wertz Vic Wertz on second base. He's in scoring position. Say that 10 times fast. And here comes Hoot Evers. Evers batting .333 in the tournament. 1 home run, 4 RBIs. 6 out of 10 bunter, 7 out of 10 hit and run. I don't think they'll be bunting with their cleanup hitter with 1 out. Serkant takes a deep breath on the mound. He delivers to Evers. And that's a shot in the left field. Let's see if they're going to test Gordon's arm. Will they wave Wertz around? They're going to wave him around. We're going to throw home. Wertz, 4 out of 10 base running ability. Gordon, 5 out of 10 arm. Here's the play to the plate. Here's the throw. Cooper puts the tag on. Not in time. Wertz is in there safely. 2-0 Detroit. Evers has an RBI single. Tigers jump out to a quick lead here. Still have a chance to get more. Johnny Groff comes to the plate. Tigers center fielder, .384, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Warren Spahn gets up in the pen. He was the Game 1 winner in this one-and-done tournament for the Braves. Groff, .384, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. In actuality, .308, 12 home runs, 85 runs driven in. Torgensen holding Evers on at first. Serkant throws to first. Evers just gets back. Serkant looks to first. Now in at the plate. Here's the pitch to Groff. There goes Evers. There goes the throw down. Hartsfield goes to cover the bag, and they nail Evers. So Cooper is 1 for 2 with throwing out runners in this inning. There's 2 outs. Base is empty. Count on Groff is no balls, 1 strike. 2-0 Tigers. Cooper pounds the mitt, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Groff. And Groff walks. There comes that control issue that Serkant has. Groff, 5 out of 10 base running ability. Again, Torgensen holding him on. 2 outs. He'll be off on contact. Here comes Jerry Pretty. Pretty batting .333. No home runs, 1 RBI. .277 in actuality. 13 home runs, 75 runs driven in. The windup and the pitch by Max Serkant. Ground ball towards short. Kerr takes it to the bag himself at second for the force out. Side retired after 1 complete. 2-0 Detroit. 2 up for the Boston Braves. Gordon, Torgensen, and Cooper. Sid Flash Gordon, as I call him. Batting .500, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. In actuality, .304. 27 runs driven in, 27 home runs, 102 runs driven in. Righty-righty matchup. Gordon batted .315 off right-handed pitching in 1950. Trout's ready to work. Here's the pitch to Gordon. Ground ball to Lipton. Throws to Callaway. 1 away. Here comes the Braves first baseman, Earl Torgerson. He's struggled in this tournament. 181. He does have 4 RBIs, though. In actuality, 290, 23 home runs, and 87 runs driven in 1950. Righty-lefty matchup. Torgerson batted 299 off right-handed pitching. Robinson sets the target. Here's the pitch by Trout. Torgerson strikes out. His struggles continue. Chase the pitch out of the zone. Off-speed pitch. So 2 outs, no one on. Here comes the Braves catcher, Walker Cooper. Batting 250. No home runs, 1 run driven in. In actuality, 329. Heck of a 1950. 14 home runs, 60 runs driven in. Robinson wiggles his fingers. Trout nods his head. Here's the pitch to Cooper. And that's going to be a shot into left center. Cooper rounds the bag but goes back to first. A 2-out single for Cooper. Tying run comes to the plate. Tommy Holmes. Tommy Holmes is also batting 250. No home runs, 1 RBI. In actuality, 298. 9 round trippers, 52 runs driven in for the right fielder. 2-0 Detroit. 2 outs, Cooper at first. Callaway holding him on. Here's the pitch to Holmes. Line shot. Kell catches at third. Side retired. Go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Detroit. Due up for the Tigers. 7-8-9. That's Callaway, Robinson, and the pitcher Trout. Surkant back out on the mound looking for a better bottom of the second than he had in the bottom of the first. He gave up 2 runs. Callaway batting 230 with an RBI in the tournament. Actuality in 1950, 289, 6 home runs, 62 runs driven in. The windup and the pitch to Callaway. Fly ball, right center field. Jethro's there, makes the catch. 1 away. Here comes the Tiger catcher, Aaron Robinson. 285 in the tournament, no home runs, no RBIs. He has scored 1 run. In actuality, he batted 226, 9 homers, 37 runs driven in. Righty-lefty matchup. Robinson batted 230 off right-handed pitching. Surkant gets the sign. Cooper sets the target. Here is the pitch to Robinson. Slow ground ball to second. Hartsfield has it. Flips to Torgerson. 2 down. So with 2 outs, no one on, here comes the pitcher, Dizzy Trout. Love that name, Dizzy Trout. First at-bat in the tournament. In 1950, he batted 190, 1 home run, 10 RBIs. Surkant and the Braves looking for a 1-2-3 inning. He sets and delivers to Trout. Popped up towards first base. Hartsfield moves into foul territory and makes the catch. Side retired. Nice play by the Braves second baseman. We go to the top of the third. 2-0 Detroit here at Briggs Stadium in this one-and-done championship game, 1950 tournament. Boston will send up 8-9 in the top of the order. So that's Kerr, Surkant, and Hartsfield. Here comes Buddy Kerr, Braves shortstop, batting 222. No homers, no RBIs. In actuality, 227, 2 home runs, 45 runs driven in. Trout's ready to work. He wheels and deals to Kerr. Kerr grounds it past Kell down the line. Evers gets to it quickly and holds Buddy Kerr to a single. A leadoff single for the Braves. Buddy Kerr, 5 out of 10 base running ability. And Callaway's going to play behind him. As here comes the pitcher, who's an awful bunter. He's 0 out of 10, so we can't even move Buddy Kerr over. Though he's a pretty good hitting pitcher. Max Surkant batted .435, 1 home run and 5 RBIs. He was 10 for 23 in 1950. Let's see if he can get a hold of one. Help his own cause. Kerr at first. Here's the pitch to Surkant. And he strikes out. 0-2 count. Strike at the knees. Froze him with the off-speed pitch. Couldn't pull the trigger. Top of the order now. 1 out, 1 on, and here comes Roy Hartsfield. He is 0 for 1. Trout shakes his head. Robinson goes through the signs again. Now Trout's ready. Here's the pitch to Hartsfield. That's a single up the middle. Will Kerr go first to third? Kerr, 5 out of 10 base running ability. Johnny Groff, 5 out of 10 arm. It's pretty shallow, it looks, so Kerr will hold at second. So runners at first and second. Here comes Sam Jethro, the Braves center fielder. Struggles continue. He's 0 for 1. Average now 153. He did have 18 home runs in 1950. And if he gets a hold of one here at Briggs Stadium, it'll be 3-2 Braves. So 1 out, 2 on, 2-0 Braves. Top of the third. The windup and the pitch to Trout. Jethro swings. Ground ball to Pretty. Over to Lipton. Comes across the second base bag, and that's all he can get. Good hard slide. Denies him the double play. So runners on the corners now. 2 outs, and it's up to number 3 batter for the Braves, Bob Elliott. He's 0 for 1. Callaway holding Jethro on at first. Trout looks to first. Now in at Robinson behind the plate. Here's the pitch to Elliott. Ground ball to Lipton. Diving play. Gets up. Fires to Callaway. Side retire. Lipton just robbed the Braves of a base hit and an RBI. We go to the bottom of the third. Still 2-0 Detroit. What a play by Lipton. High fives in the dugout. Due up for the Tigers in the bottom of the third. The man who just made that fabulous diving play at short, Lipton. Then Kell and Wirtz. If anyone gets on, the cleanup hitter, Evers. So Johnny Lipton's 1 for 1. He singled in the first off Surkant. Cooper pounds the mitt, sets the target. The windup and the pitch by Surkant. Lipton swings. Line shot, left center field, and Jethro makes the running catch. He covered a lot of ground quickly, Jethro did. 1 away. Here comes George Kell. Kell had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. Surkant's ready to work. He kicks and fires. Kell singles to left. So a 1-out single. Kell's on. 5 out of 10 base running ability. Torgensen to hold him on at first. And here comes the very dangerous Vic Wirtz, who's 1 for 1. He singled up the middle, scoring Lippin. So he got an RBI there and advanced on the error to second by Jethro in center. Surkant looks to first. Now in at Cooper. Here's the pitch to Wirtz. Here's the pitch around. And they walk Wirtz. They were hoping that Wirtz would beat the ball into the ground. He lays off. So 1 out, 2 on. And here comes Evers. Evers is 1 for 1. He singled in the first, knocking in Wirtz. Braves want to turn 2 up the middle with Kerr and Hartsfield. Evers ready to grip and rip. Surkant takes a deep breath, toes the rubber, gets the sign from Cooper. He delivers to Evers. That's a fly ball to left. Gordon is there and he makes the catch. That was a high fly ball. Evers just missed that one, got under it. So 2 outs, 2 on, and it's up to Johnny Groff. Groff walked his first time up. Runners will be off on contact. Cooper wiggles the fingers. Surkant nods his head. Here's the pitch to Groff. Another fly ball to Gordon left. He's there. He makes the catch. Side retired. We go to the top of the fourth. 2-0 Detroit. Surkant did a good job pitching around that difficulty. Due up for the Braves, Gordon, Torgensen, and Cooper, 4-5-6. To face Trout. Trout's thrown 46 pitches in 3 innings, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts. Sid Flash Gordon 0 for 1. 2-0 Tigers. Trout's ready. Here's the pitch to Gordon. And Gordon singles to left. So he's on. Tying run comes to the plate, and Earl Torgensen, the Mad Swede, he's struggled in this tournament. 166, does have 4 RBIs. He did have 23 home runs in actuality. He'd love to get a hold of one here and tie this ball game up. Gordon, 4 out of 10 base running ability, held on by Callaway at first. Righty-lefty matchup. Trout looks to first. Now in at the plate. Robinson sets the target. Here's the pitch to Torgensen. Ground ball to Kell. Over to Purdy. On to Callaway. Double play. If you're scoring at home, 5-4-3. 2 outs. Base is empty. And here comes Walker Cooper. The catcher. He's 1 for 1, excuse me. Singled in the second. And I shall be back in a moment. And we are back from doorbell delay 2. So we've had phone delay, doorbell delay 1, doorbell delay 2. Alright, 2 outs, no one on here in the top of the 4th. As the Braves just banged into a double play. Torgensen. And Walker Cooper's at the plate. He's 1 for 1. Here's the pitch by Trout. And Cooper singles up the middle. 2 for 2. That double play was a killer. Tying run comes to the plate, and Tommy Holmes. Again, Holmes had 9 round trippers in 1950. He lined out to third his first time up. He did hit it hard, but right at Kell to try to go the other way. Righty-lefty matchup. Holmes digs in that left-hander's batter's box. The windup and the pitch by Trout. Home swings. That's a fly ball to center. Groff is there. He makes the catch at the track. Side retired. Go to the bottom of the fourth. 2-0 Detroit here in this one-and-done championship game. 1950 tournament. Due up for the Tigers. Pretty, Callaway, and Robinson. Pretty's 0 for 1. Made an outstanding play at short. He's a second baseman. I'm sorry. All these delays have discombobulated my head. Alrighty. Here's the pitch by Serkan. That's a shot. Left center field. On the run is Jethro. And he will not get there. It's going to be off the wall. A leadoff double for Pretty. As both Gordon and Jethro gave chase. But the wall beat him to the ball. So Pretty's in scoring position for Callaway. Callaway is 0 for 1. Serkan peeks over his shoulder. Now in at Cooper. Here's the pitch to Callaway. And that's a base hit to right. Holmes comes charging in. 6 out of 10 arm. Pretty with a 5 out of 10 base running ability. And we're going to shoot home. Here's the throw by Holmes. Here comes Pretty. Here comes the throw. Here comes Cooper. Puts the tag on. Not in time. Safe. 3-0 Detroit. Callaway stays put. He didn't advance on the throw. So Detroit in complete control here. Jorgensen holding Callaway on at first. Robinson, the catcher, is at the plate. 0 for 1, the left-handed batting catcher. Kerr and Hartsfield looking to turn 2 up the middle. Here's the pitch by Serkan. It's a pop-up towards first. Jorgensen waving his arms. He's calling for it. Calls off Hartsfield. He makes the catch, 1 down. Here comes the number 9 batter. Dizzy Trout. He's 0 for 1. Looking to help his own cause. Trout and the Tigers have a 3-0 lead. 1 out. Bottom of the 4th. Serkan looks to first. Now in at Cooper. Here's the pitch to Trout. He bunts. Fielded by Serkan. Throws to Hartsfield. Covering second base. Covering first base, excuse me. Out number 2. Advancing to second is Callaway. And Oregon has played his charge. The Detroit fans oblige by yelling, "Charge!" Here comes Johnny Lippin, the shortstop. He's the one who made the great play. He's 1 for 2. Singled in the first, line to center in the third. But more importantly, robbed a hit and an RBI from the Braves. 2 outs. Callaway at second. He'll be off on contact. Here's the pitch to Lippin. And that's a shot to left center field. Lippin doubles, and scoring from second is Callaway. The Tigers now have a 4-0 lead, and we have seen enough of Serkan. George Kell comes to the plate. Kell's 1 for 1. The Braves will go to their bullpen. This is the one-and-done championship game. Probably stuck with Serkan a little too long. And they're going to go as there's no tomorrow in this tournament. Warren Spahn, Game 1 winner. Holmes is the right fielder. Let me cancel that for a second. Let's see who else can play right field. I'm going to go double switch. If we have a decent bat to play right field. Marshall. .235 batting average. 5 homers, 38 runs. Only .226 off right-handed pitching. Olmo, 250, 133 off. 250 off lefties, 133 off righties. So we're gonna keep Holmes in the game, but we are switching off Surcont. Warren Spahn will come in the game to pitch. Again, the game 1 winner now comes out to the mound and will bat 9th. Here in the bottom of the 4th, 4-0 Detroit. Here comes Spahn. 2 outs. Lipton at second. Kell at the plate. Kell's 1 for 1. Kell had a sacrifice bunt in the first and singled in the third. Spahn's done with his warm-up tosses. Left-handed pitcher. Here's the pitch to Kell. Ground ball to Hartsfield. Over to Torgensen. That's out number 3. Side retired. Spahn does his job. But Detroit puts 2 more up on the board. We go to the top of the 5th. 4-0 Tigers here in the championship game of the one-and-done tournament. And in the chat we have Greg Gorecki. How are you, my friend? Happy New Year. Hope all is well in the north in Canada. 2 up for the Braves. Kerr, and the pitcher Spahn, and he will hit. And then Hartsfield. Trout's now up to 62 pitches for the Tigers. 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 strikeouts. Kerr's 1 for 1. He singled in the third. Trout readies himself. Here's the pitch to Buddy Kerr. And Kerr hits a line drive to right, and it directly at Vic Wertz. He makes the catch. Kerr bidding for his second hit. He will not get it. 1 away, and here comes Warren Spahn. Spahn was 2 for 3 in his Game 1 victory. He had 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. It was absolutely fabulous, that victory over the Washington Senators, where the Braves won 3-2. Warren Spahn was player of the game. Let's see if Spahny can get a hold of one here and put the Braves on the board. Trout works quickly. He deals to his counterpart Spahn. And Spahn strikes out. Froze on the curve. So 2 up, 2 down, top of the order. Roy Hartsfield 1 for 2. Grounded out in the first, singled in the third. Hartsfield looking to keep the inning alive. Here in the top of the 5th. Robinson sets the target. Here's the pitch to Hartsfield. Ground ball to Lippin. In the hole, he backhands, fires to Callaway. Down go the Braves. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 4-0 Tigers. Greg Gorecki says, doing fine. It's only negative 37 degrees Celsius with the wind. Chilly today. Same here in Massachusetts. Chilly. And I don't mean the food. So due up for the Tigers, Vic Wertz, Hoot Evers, and Johnny Groff. Wertz is 1 for 1. Batting average now up to .357 in the tournament. He singled in the first, knocking in Lippin, and walked in the third. Lefty-lefty matchup. The windup and the pitch by Spahn. Ground ball to Torgensen. And Torgensen gets the ball play him, and that's going to be an E3. Second error for the Boston Braves. That should have been out number 1, but instead Vic Wertz, slow of foot, but he's still on at first. Torgensen to hold him on. Here comes Hoot Evers. He's 1 for 2. He singled, knocking in Wertz in the first, then fly deep to left center in the third. Torgensen holding Wertz on. Spahn looks to first. Here's the pitch to Evers. Fly ball, right center field, shallow. Jethro on the run, coming in, and he makes the catch. Jethro covered a lot of ground there. Fine play by the Braves center fielder. 1 out, 1 on, and here comes Johnny Groff. He's 0 for 1. Braves on to turn 2 up the middle, Kerr and Hartsfield. Again, Spahn looks to first. Now in at Cooper. Cooper gives him the sign. Warren nods his head. He sets and delivers to Groff. And that's a single to right center field. That's going to get through between both outfielders. And that is a double for Groff, as Holmes could not cut the ball off. So it's second and third, 4-0, 1 out. And Jerry Purdy comes to the plate. The Braves will bring their infield in. So infield in for the Boston Braves. They need to cut this run down at the plate. They trail by 4. Jerry Purdy 1 for 2. Grounded out in the first, doubled in the fourth. The windup and the pitch by Warren Spahn. He's going to go aggressive. Ground ball. And that sneaks through the drawn-in infield under the lunge of Hartsfield. It's 5-0 as Wirtz scores from third. And they're going to send Groff home, and we're going to throw home. Here's the throw by Holmes. Cooper with the tag, and again, not in time, safe. 6-0. Deuces are wild for the Tigers. 2 in the first, 2 in the fourth, and 2 so far in the fifth. Warren Spahn has not spelled relief out of the bullpen. 6-0 Tigers. Purdy on first. Callaway at the plate. 1 for 2. Here's the pitch to Callaway. And he strikes him out. So 2 outs. Torgensen holding Purdy on. Spahn looks to first. Now in at Cooper. Here's the pitch to Robinson. Tigers catcher's 0 for 2. Ground ball past Hartsfield off his glove, and they're going to give him an error. The third error of the game by the Boston Braves. First and second, 2 outs. They trail 6-0, and here comes Dizzy Trout. Trout, all about. He's 0 for 1. Spahn seems frustrated on the mound. He's ready to work. He deals to Trout. Ground ball. That's a base hit in the right. Holmes charges it. Shallow right field. Will they send Purdy? They're going to send him. Here comes a throw by Holmes. Here's the block of the plate. Not in time. And it's 7-0. Detroit well on their way to a championship victory here in this one-and-done tournament. The fans are rocking and rolling here at Briggs Stadium. Here comes Lipton. Johnny Lipton 2 for 3. Single in the first. Lined out in the third. Doubled in the fourth. Knocking in Callaway. Spahn sets and delivers. Fly ball right field. Holmes coming in on it. Coming in, and he makes the catch. And mercifully, the bottom of the fifth is over. It is now 7-0. And these phone calls continue. These phone calls of nothing. Just like call centers. And that stuff should be outlawed. You know, I'm home this week because my mother is ill. And I'm taking care of her. She's resting now, and now she's doing some therapy. So I said, let's do a game. It helps me relax. And nothing but these phone calls. What a joke. Thank you, deregulation. Unbelievable. So, we go to the top of the sixth. The Braves have to get going here. Due up for the Braves, Jethro, Elliott, and Gordon. Let me quickly go to the chat. Good friend from the north, Greg Gurecki. He says, interesting that both Gene Mock, the Expos' first manager, and Roy Hartsfield, the Blue Jays' first manager, both playing for Boston. You are correct. That is very interesting. Mock has not gotten into any game yet, though, for the Braves. Jethro's 0 for 2. Trout, up to 73 pitches. He is good for 140. He's thrown 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts. He delivers to Jethro. The lefty swings. That ball goes out to right center field and continues to carry out, and Jethro gets a home run. The Braves are on the board. That ball just kept carrying up and away like a beautiful balloon. 7-1. Wow. A blast by Jethro. 385. Could it be a little too late? We shall see. Here comes Bob Elliott. He's 0 for 2. Robinson wiggles the fingers. Trout nods his head, still with a huge lead. He delivers to Elliott. Ground ball back to Trout. Flips to Callaway at first. Out number 1. Tigers fans are still giddy with excitement. They're up 7-1. Home run blasted nothing to change their confidence. Here comes Sid Gordon. Sid Flash Gordon 1 for 2. Grounded out in the second, singled in the fourth. Robinson wiggles the fingers, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Gordon. Fly ball center field. Groff moves over a bit to his right, makes the catch, 2 away. In the chat we have Max Cornelius. How are you, my friend? Hope all is well. Greg Gorecki says, Gene Mauch was a great manager of many bad teams, but not much of a hitter. As Greg and Max Cornelius exchange Happy New Year's greetings. So 2 outs, base is empty. Here comes the Mad Swede, Earl Torgensen. I don't know if he's Swedish, just Torgensen sounds Swedish. 2 outs, no one on. Here's the pitch to Torgensen. And ground ball through the right side. He extends the inning. So 2 outs, 1 on. Callaway holding Torgensen on. 7 out of 10 base runner. And here comes the catcher, Walker Cooper's 2 for 2. He has singled both times. Cooper had 14 home runs in 1950. If he gets one now, he'll bring the Braves a little closer. Robinson sets the target. Here's the pitch by Trout. Cooper swings. Ground ball to Trout. Over to Callaway. Side retired. Braves finally get on the board with the Jethro home run. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 7-1 Detroit. The Tigers and their fans are smelling a tournament championship victory. Due up for the Tigers, Kell, Wirtz, and Evers. Kell is 1 for 2. Spahn still out on the mound. He delivers to Kell. Ground ball into left field. Lead-off single. So Spahn, pitching out of the bullpen, has thrown an inning and a third, giving up 4 hits, 1 earned run, and he struck out 1. The Braves have committed 3 errors. Kell, 5 out of 10 base running ability. Torgensen holding him on. The very dangerous Vic Wirtz steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2. Kerr and Hartsfield look to turn 2 up the middle. Spahn delivers to Wirtz. It's a line shot. It's going to get down to right center. Kell goes around second and thinks better of it, and he stops there. So 2 on, no outs. Johnny Sane gets up in the bullpen now for the Braves and quickly warms up. Here comes Evers. Evers is 1 for 3. Single in the first, knocking in Wirtz. Since then he's flying deep to left center, then deep to right center. Kell at second, Wirtz at first, Evers at the plate, Spahn on the mound. He sets and delivers. Ground ball to Kerr, flips to Hartsfield. Hard slide in, but Hartsfield leaps and throws to Torgensen. Did they turn 2? Yes, they did. Kell advances to third with 2 outs now. 7-1 Tigers. Spahn 1 out away from getting out of this jam. Johnny Groff at the plate. Groff 1 for 2. Walked in the first, flied out in the third, doubled in the 5th. Cooper sets the target. Here's the pitch to Groff. And Spahn walks him. He's up to 56 pitches. He's only good for 60. This will be his last batter. Let's take a mound visit here. Spahn appears to be fine. Cooper back behind the plate. Pitching coach back to the bench. Sane still warming. Purdy's 2 for 3. Runners on the corners. 2 outs. Big moment here for Warren Spahn. Can't give up any more runs if the Braves have any hopes of a miracle comeback here at Briggs Stadium against the Tigers. Here's the pitch to Purdy. Fly ball left field. Gordon moves over a little bit, makes the catch, side retired. Warren Spahn pitches out of it. We go to the top of the 7th. 7-1 Detroit. Tigers 9 outs away from a tournament championship victory. Trout's on the mound. 87 pitches. He is good for 140. So far, 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. He'll face Holmes, Kerr, and a pinch hitter. Holmes is 0 for 2. Trout kicks and fires. Holmes swings. Slow dribbler down to first base. Callaway fields it. Flips to Trout covering the bag. 1 away. 8 outs away from a victory. Here comes Buddy Kerr. He's 1 for 2. How do you do? He'll take. Here's the pitch by Trout. Ball 1. He'll take again. 2-0. Kerr puts the bat on his shoulder. Ball 3. Robinson a bit frustrated with his pitcher on the mound. Goes out to have a quick word with him. Now back behind the plate. Kerr shuts his eyes. He'll be taking all the way. And now a strike finally over. Trout, a little smile there. He's up 7-1. Robinson not too pleased with that smile. 3-1 count. 1 out, no one on. Robinson sets the target. Here's the pitch to Buddy Kerr. Ground ball to Lipton at short. Fires to Callaway at first. 2 down. It's Warren Spahn. He will not bat. We go to our bench. Who hits righties? Walt Linden. I believe he has a pinch hit in one of these 3 tournament games. I'm almost positive he had a pinch hit. And Walt Linden will come in. He only had 5 at-bats in 1950, but every player who played for their team is eligible when I do a one-and-done tournament. There is no roster limit in a one-and-done tournament. And Linden, excuse me, he was 1 for 1. He had a double. Scored a run. He hit 400. He was 2 for 5 with a double in actuality. 2 outs, bases empty. Linden looking to extend the inning here. Trout toes the rubber, looks in at Robinson. He delivers. Linden swings, ground ball to Lippin. Deep in the hole, fires across, and they get him. Nice stretch by Callaway, side retired. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 7-1 Detroit. The new pitcher for the Braves will be righties. They have righty, lefty, righty. Lefties crunch Johnny Sane. Yeah, it's going to be Johnny Sane. Johnny Sane will come out of the pen. Bat in the 9th spot. Sane in the tournament has a win and a save. He has pitched his heart out. 7 innings overall. 4.70 earned run average though. But a win and a save. And now he comes in relief one more time. Trailing by 6. He'll face Callaway, who's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch by Sane. Ground ball to Torgensen. He fields it behind the bag, waves off Sane, takes it to the bag himself, 1 down. Here comes the Tiger catcher, Robinson. He's 0 for 3. Sane works quickly. Cooper sets the target. Here's the pitch to Robinson. Popped up towards second base bag. Hartsfield calling for it. Moves towards the bag. He's under it. Makes the catch. 2 down. Johnny Sane, 2 quick outs. Here comes his counterpart, Dizzy Trout. Trout's 1 for 2. Popped to second in the 2nd. Sacrifice bunt in the 4th. Singled in the 5th. Knocking in Robinson. Knocking in Purdy, excuse me. Sane rocks and fires. Ground ball to Kerr at short. Throws to Torgensen. 1, 2, 3 go with the Tigers. Johnny Sane does his job. We go to the top of the 8th. 7-1 Detroit. Braves trail by 6. Tigers 6 outs away from the tournament championship victory. Due up for the Braves top of the order, Hartsfield, Jethro, and Elliott. Dizzy Trout still out on the mound. He's only given up 1 run, 7 hits, thrown 97 pitches, good for 140. Hartsfield 1 for 3, he will take. Here's the pitch, strike 1. Slider in there. Trout's ready to grip and rip. Robinson goes through the signs. Here's the pitch to Hartsfield. And he singles to right center. So a lead-off single. And here comes Sam Jethro. He homered back in the 6th in his last at-bat. Finally putting the Braves on the board. Let's see if he can get another one here. He's 1 for 3, the home run. Hartsfield's at first. 8 out of 10 base running ability. Callaway holding him on. Jethro again looking for something he can drive out of Briggs Stadium. Trout delivers. And Jethro swings and misses, nothing but air. Back to the bench for Jethro. Trout wins that skirmish, so 1 out, 1 on, and here comes Bob Elliott, who's 0 for 3. Trout looks to first. Now in at Robinson. Nods his head. Here's the pitch to Elliott. Ground ball, slow grounder to short. Lipton has it, only plays to first, and they get Elliott. 2 down. Hartsfield advances to second. He's in scoring position for Sid Flash Gordon. He's 1 for 3. He singled back in the 4th. In between, grounded out in the 2nd, fly deep to center in the 6th. He'll be taken. Here's the pitch by Trout. Strike 1. Curveball hits the corner. No balls, 1 strike. Gordon awaits the Trout offering. Here it is. He swings. Grounder past Kell. They're going to send Hartsfield from second. Evers will try to throw him out. He decides better to throw towards second. RBI single for Flash Gordon. It's now 7-2. So 2 outs. Gordon's at first, being held on by Callaway after his RBI single. Here it comes. Earl Torgensen. Torgensen 1 for 3. He has struck out. He's grounded out in a double play. And singled in the 6th. Gordon will be off on contact. Here's the pitch to Torgensen. That's a base hit up the middle. Gordon hits second, continues on the 3rd. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs, and here comes Walker Cooper. Braves catchers 2 for 3. Singled in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, and then grounded back to the pitcher in the 6th. Braves could have something going here in the bottom of the 8th. Walker Cooper had 14 round trippers in 1915. If he gets a hold of one now, it's a 7-5 ball game. Trout trying to deny him that. 2 outs, 2 on. Here's the pitch to Cooper. He swings. Ground ball to Lippin. He flips to Purdy for the force out. Threat averted. Side retired. The Braves get 1 on the RBI. 2 out single by Gordon. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 7-2 Detroit. Sane 10 pitches. He's good for 20. He'll stay out on that mound. He will face the top of the Tiger order. Lippin, Kell, and Wirtz. Lippin's 2 for 4. Here's the pitch by Johnny Sane. Fly ball to right. Holmes has a beat on it, and he makes the catch. 1 down. George Kell steps to the plate. He's 2 for 3. Sane gets the sign. Delivers to Kell. Fly ball down the left field line. Gordon races in, and he makes the catch in shallow left. 2 down. Johnny Sane looking to retire his 6th Detroit Tiger, up to 19 pitches. Here comes Vic Wirtz. He's 2 for 3. Righty-lefty matchup. Cooper wiggles the fingers. Sane nods his head. Here's the pitch to Wirtz. And Wirtz singles to right center. Sane up to 27 pitches, and here comes Hoot Evers. Cooper goes out to the mound. Sane looks tired. They're going to go to the pen. Evers, right-handed batter. And Vern Bickford, Game 3 starter, will come out of the pen to try to get this out here. Bickford in the playoff, 1-0, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, earned run average 2.35. In actuality, 19 and 14, 3.49. So they're going to use all their pitchers, all their starting pitchers. Bickford was the Game 3 winner in this tournament. Evers 1 for 4. Bickford's done with his warm-up tosses. Torgensen holding Wirtz on at first. Here's the pitch to Evers. Ground ball past Elliott into left field. And Vic Wirtz goes first to third as he was off on contact with 2 outs. That's a fine how do you do for Bickford. Runners on the corners. Tigers looking to get that run back. 7-2 Detroit. Bottom of the 8th, 2 outs, 2 on. Johnny Groff, 1 for 2. The center fielder steps to the plate. He digs in. The windup and the pitch by Bickford. And he's out. Ground ball down the line, fielded by Torgensen. He flips to Bickford covering the bag. The animation was a little off there. I thought it was foul. But side retired, top of the 9th. Braves have 3 outs. 3 outs to do something here. They got to get at least 5 runs to force the bottom of the 9th. Detroit 3 outs away from a tournament victory. Hello, Beatles. How are you, my friend? Hope all is well. It has not been a stellar day for my Boston Braves, as they're taking it on the chin here in the top of the 9th, down 7-2. So Holmes, Kerr, and a pinch hitter. Holmes is 0 for 3. Trout up to 112 pitches. Holmes will take. Here's the pitch by Trout. Ball 1. Holmes to take again. 1-1 count. Holmes ready to grip and rip. Robinson sets the target. Trout kicks and fires. Holmes swings. Back to the screen. Counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. Holmes in the hole. Robinson wiggles the fingers. Trout nods his head. Once again, he delivers to Holmes. Hard shot foul down the left field line. Still 1-2 count. Holmes asks for time. It's granted. Now he steps back in the box. Trout takes a deep breath on the mound. Sets himself. The windup and the pitch. Holmes swings, and he singles to right. A leadoff single for the Braves, and here comes Buddy Kerr. Kerr is 1 for 3. Let's go to our bench here. Do we have anyone else who hits righties better? Let's include pitchers. Nope. Not really. Mickey Hafner, pitcher, batted .333 off righties, but not going to do that. So Buddy Kerr is 1 for 3. Tigers looking to turn 2 up the middle with Lippin and Purdy. Here's the pitch to Kerr. He will take. Ball 1, Kerr to take again. 1-1 count. He's ready. Trout looks to first. That run means nothing. Now in at the plate. Here's the pitch to Buddy Kerr. Fly ball, left field. Evers comes in towards the line, makes the catch, one down. Holmes quickly retreats to first. Tigers 2 outs away from a one-and-done tournament victory. Here comes the pitcher Bickford. He will not hit. Braves go to their bench. And it's going to be Bob Addis. Bob Addis will pinch hit for Bickford. 1 out, 1 on. Trout up to 120 pitches. Here's the pitch to Addis. He will take. Ball 1. He'll swing away. Robinson sets the target. Trout delivers. Addis swings and he pops it up towards third. Kell calls for it and he makes the catch near the outfield grass. 2 away, top of the order. Rory Hartsfield, the last man standing right now between the Braves going home or extending the ball game. The Tigers 1 out away. Trout up to 122 pitches, 1 out from a complete game victory. Tigers lead 7-2, 2 outs, 1 on. Top of the 9th, the windup and the pitch by Trout. Hartsfield to take. Strike. Inside corner. No balls, 1 strike. Hartsfield's ready. Robinson sets the target. Here comes the pitch, homeward bound. Hartsfield swings, and that skips up the middle for a 2-out single. Holmes goes first to third. 2 outs, 2 on for Sam Jethro. He's 1 for 4. His 1 hit was a blast. Solo home run to right center, 385. Finally put Boston on the board. Made it 7-1 Detroit. Jethro will take. Here's the pitch by Trout. Ball 1. He'll take again. Ball 2. He'll take. 2-1 count. Jethro's ready to grip and rip. 2 outs, 2 on. Robinson wiggles the fingers. Trout nods his head. He sets and delivers. Jethro swings and misses, and that's the ball game, folks. There is euphoria here at Briggs Stadium. The Detroit Tigers win the 1950 one-and-done tournament with 4 straight wins and a 7-2 victory over the Boston Braves in the championship game at Briggs Stadium. Let's go to the chat quickly. ID Gesture is in the chat. Hello, my friend. Hope all is well. Check out ID Gesture's channel. That's IDJESTER. ID Gesture. Wonderful sports and RPG games and military strategy games and a roller coaster game. That's pretty cool. He just picked up that one, I think, off the Steam sale. We have Beatles Eternally. Thank you very much. Greg Garecki. Thank you. And Max Cornelius. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We had a phone delay, I believe, 2 doorbell delays, possibly another phone delay in there somewhere. So this stream was dragged out. I made a few mistakes, not shocking. All in all, this was a fun tournament. Anticlimactic championship game. Detroit wins 7-2. Winning pitcher is Dizzy Trout. Loser is Max Serkant. Player of the game, Dizzy Trout. Braves go 3-1. That's not good enough for a championship. You got to go 4-0 in these one-and-done 16-team tournaments. And that's what the 1950 Tigers did, crowning themselves champions. So in our 3 one-and-done tournaments, we've had the 71 Pirates, the 82 Cardinals, ID Gesture likes that, and now the 1950 Detroit Tigers. Eventually, I'll have 16 one-and-done champions, and we'll have the Tournament of Champions. Where have we heard that before? Let's go to the box score. Quickly to the pitching. So Surcott went 3 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Warren Spahn came out of the pen, 2 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, only 1 was earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Johnny Sane, an inning and 2/3, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. And Bickford, our third starter. So every starter was used in this game. Spahn won game 1, Sane won game 2, and Bickford won game 3. They all came out of the pen. Bickford won 1/3 of an inning, gave up a hit, but then got his out. Dizzy Trout, the distance, 9 innings, 12 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 1 home run to Sam Jethro, struck out 6. He was player of the game. The Braves were only able to push across 2 runs even though they had 12 hits off Trout. Hartsfield, 3 for 5, a run scored. Jethro, 1 for 5, a run scored. RBI, 3 strikeouts and a home run. Elliott 0 for 4. Gordon 2 for 4 with a RBI. Torgensen 2 for 4 with a strikeout. Cooper 2 for 4. Holmes 1 for 4. Kerr 1 for 4. Surcott, the pitcher, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Spahn 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Linden, the pinch hitter, 0 for 1. Sane, Bickford, pitch did not hit. Addis, the pinch hitter, 0 for 1. In total, 38 at-bats, 2 runs, 12 hits, 2 RBI, 6 strikeouts, 1 home run by Jethro. Detroit, Lipton, 2 for 5, an RBI and a run scored. He doubled. Kell, their third baseman, 2 for 4. Vic Wertz, 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored, an RBI and a walk. Evers, 2 for 5 with an RBI. Groff, the center fielder, 1 for 3 with a run scored, 2 walks, and a double. Purdy, the second baseman, 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a double. Callaway, 1 for 4, runs scored, an RBI, and a strikeout. Robinson, the catcher, 0 for 4. Trout, the pitcher, 1 for 3 with an RBI. Detroit, 36 at-bats, 7 runs, 14 hits, 7 RBIs, 3 walks, 1 K, 3 doubles. In the first, Detroit scored 2 runs on 3 hits, a walk and an error. Vic Wertz singled, scoring Lipton. And then he advanced to second on the E8. Whoever singled, Wertz scored 2-0 Detroit. Detroit would go back on the board once again with 2 runs in the fourth on 3 hits. Don Callaway singled, scoring Purdy. 3-0 Detroit. Johnny Lipton doubled, scoring Callaway. 4-0 Detroit. Deuces were wild. In the fifth, guess what? Detroit sent 8 badges of plate, scoring 3 runs on 3 hits and 2 costly errors. Jerry Purdy singled, scoring 2, 6-0 Detroit. Dizzy Trout, the pitcher, singled, scoring Purdy, 7-0 Detroit. That's all the runs they needed. Boston would come back with 1 in the 6th on the Sam Jethro solo blast, 7-1 Detroit. Detroit sent 6, failed to score in the 6th after 2 hits and a walk. Spahn pitched around it. And Boston would get 1 more run in the 8th. 1 run on 3 hits. Sid Gordon singled, knocking in a run, 7-2, and that's your final. For Boston, Roy Hartsfield, 3 for 5. Vic Wertz for Detroit, 3 for 4 and 2 runs scored. Dizzy Trout wins the championship game, complete game. Max Surcott takes the loss. So congratulations to the 1950 Detroit Tigers. They defeat the 1950 Boston Braves in a one-and-done tournament. We now have 3 champions. We have the 1950 Detroit Tigers. We have the 1971 Pittsburgh Pirates. That was a mixed tournament, best of the 70s. And then we had another mixed tournament with the 82 Cardinals winning. So once again, hats off to the Tigers, 7-2 victors over the Boston Braves. I'd like to say thank you to everyone in the chat for joining me. Hope all is well. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye. Health, happiness, God bless, and peace.